So I'm fresh off a track day on the BMW. It's a couple of days ago. Perfect day to take this big old slug out for a ride. My soul is calm. I have to cut in front of this guy. Yeah, it's a good day to just cruise out there. Just had a baby. Kid is healthy. That's all I could ask for. And because my wife is so cool, I'm managing to still get out and ride. Have a good time out here. You can squeeze in a track day and some longer rides. If your wife just had a baby, then you're in pretty good shape. So, thank you to her, even though she probably never see this video. She suggested I take the Harley out today. I said, why? She said, well, it's for the BMW. The Harley isn't getting any love. You give it some love. She knows the scoop. So what I've decided to do is, well, I haven't eaten yet today. I got some work done this morning. And I just picked a place for lunch that just happens to be at the end of a bunch of canyon roads and desert scenery, and is about an hour away. I'll tell you what a difference. After being on an inline 4, it's not particularly known for its character. Just starting this thing up is a revelation. All that bounce and burble. You feel those pistons firing up and down. What a treat, man, what a treat. It's nice coming off a bike that pull 160 miles an hour, no sweat. Then hopping on a bike that's nice and comfortable. With a ton of character. This thing will make you smile doing 5 miles an hour. I'm gonna enjoy this one, man. My soul is quiet. We were at the track this past weekend, and we ended a bit early because my buddy had a low side on a slower corner, and the bike sustained quite a bit of damage, and so did his hand. So fortunately, I think he's going to be okay, but not without significant pain and discomfort. When I was talking to the guy that was taking the bike off the track, it was only like 1 p.m. So we had a few more hours left in the day. And at that point, there was 13 crashes. 13 crashes, man. I'm guessing the total riders there were under 70, 75 tops. That's a lot, man. It's a big percentage. So what I'm getting at is, go there, you feel like you're on the edge a couple of times, head to a corner a little too hot, bike gets a little squirmy sometimes. There's a sense of calm that comes over you. Like an intense canyon riding day times 10. After that's all over and done with. So it allows you to really enjoy the cruise, enjoy a bike's character. And oddly enough, it instills a sense of confidence in you when you're out on the roads, because everything just seems so sedate. You just have more confidence in your throttle, coming out of corners, and more confidence in your leaning because you're just experimenting with the limits of grip. So you take you guys on a little ride off to the Ramona Julian Junction. I know it's not, it's made more like San Isabel, but Isabel is spelled with a Y, just to mess with you. Yazable, San Yazable. And we're gonna go through some nice road on the way there. I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna order something that's not a pile of beef for lunch, because that's all I've been taking in. Chips, beef, cold cuts, beer. Body needs a break. I just saw a video from a publisher called SRK Cycles. It's on the East Coast. I'm not sure what state, but it's, well, not the coast, but it's east side of the U.S. I want to say Pennsylvania, but anyway, it caught my eye because as you're just scrolling through the YouTube videos like I do, and I know all of you guys do. Well, some of you guys do. It's better than TV, right? At least you can pick what you want to watch. You're not sitting there subjected to someone force-feeding you commercials all day. But SRK Cycles, there was a Fat Boy review. I wouldn't say it's a review, it's a test ride, because they sell bikes, this place. It's like they sell a lot of used bikes. Buy and sell. And fix them up, you know the whole deal. And SRK Cycles Fat Boy, I should put a link up here, or at least in the description so you guys can see it. But this guy, he's finishing the end of the ride, and he's talking about the bike, which he loved, by the way. And I know you guys like seeing reviews of people who love Fat Boys or bikes that you ride, because don't we all? And a dude's pulling up to a red light, and he stops, and you can't split over here, because California's the only state you can do that in. Comes to a stop and he's sitting there talking about some point, and someone comes up on his left hand side and just drives into his left arm. This red SUV or something similar drives right into his left arm. Looked like they cracked his mirror too. The dude's just sitting there, and there's just some older ladies. They looked stunned and appalled at what they did. The guy was pissed. He was quite pissed. Rightfully so. The guy's just sitting there and someone just drives into him. So, you know, I get a lot of remarks about lane splitting. And this is just one incident, so I'm not saying this is the best proof. They've done the research. You know, a lot of these accidents are with motorcyclists sitting still, and they're not quite as visible, and people aren't paying attention. They brush them, bump them, whatever. Also keep in mind, a lot of motorcycle accidents are single rider and involve excessive speed or substance, especially the fatal accidents. It's also another important point. But anyway, guys just sitting there chilling. People just plow right into them. It's quite a scene. It reminds me to split every chance I get. That beautiful place. This place is called Poway that we're approaching right now. And some of the more picturesque places are actually straight ahead. I'm taking a right now, but this place is really nice because, as you can see, I just drove from the coast. At the start of this video, it took me minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And you know, near the coast, they measure land in square feet, which, you know, me growing up in a more of a rural type of environment where they measure land in acres. even if you only get a quarter of an acre, at least you get a quarter of an acre, but the plots of land are so small here, they measure it in square feet, which is what they usually measure houses in the US. Now, I agree with the metric system. If it's up to me, I would stick with it because it makes more sense, but it is what it is. But out here, they actually they measure in acres, which I know is going to blow you guys away, especially you guys in the Midwest. But around here, it's a big deal. You get you know, San Diego weather and all the good stuff. It's a little hotter out here, but you get at least an acre or two in a lot of places. Then you get these elevation changes, so you can perch a nice little home on top of a hill, get some land around you with a great view, and it's a good time. So Poway, P-O-W-A-Y, pretty place. Poway, Ramona. Oh, what a mess. Look at this guy, what a nice guy. He probably just didn't want to hear me. I don't blame him. One thing about desert scenery, I mean, is forested areas are pretty as well, but you don't have so many trees obstructing the character of the hills, the mountains, whatever you want to call them. So you can see this long distance without trees in your way. It's very pretty. This isn't pure desert, this is sort of that tweener area, but the further out you go, the more pure desert you get. Freedom at last. It's gonna be short-lived. I know you guys in the UK know, I see a lot of single lane roads, or just one lane on each side. In your neck of the woods, especially in the country areas, we've got the same problem over here. All it takes is one slow mover. Enjoy while it lasts, right? I question a few fat boys out there. If any of you guys are over 6 feet, like 6'2" or so, like I am, and you feel like the fat boy low is a little short, you guys put in any extended footboards. So I was thinking about it, there's a few options out there. And Kuryakin has one solution. But I'm not sure what to pull the trigger on. So let me know if you guys had good experiences with extended footboards. You can see where my foot hangs out. My foot hangs out down here like all the time, and I'm not the biggest fan of those mustache guards, whatever they call them. I just don't like the looks of it. It seems like a bit of an overkill. Wow, this car is jacked up, both inside and out. I think extended these footboards out a little bit. I mean, because some of these kids have like an inch or something. I think at least a couple of inches would be better. I gotta take it, man. I'm sorry. The car is scaring me. It's missing like half its parts. As I was saying, yeah, extending the boards out a little bit, a couple of inches at least, I think would be ideal. That'd be great. And lifting my seat, so I'm looking around at seats right now. I'm probably gonna, I've been delayed because of the baby and all this. But I think raising my butt, extending my legs out will make this thing already is pretty comfortable. I don't have any particular complaints considering, you know, what the bike is, what my expectations were, the distance I can ride without feeling all beat up. But why not make it better? So I'm looking for a seat that's a little wider and a little higher, a little more padded. And I'll probably go with the footboards after that. series of corners, man. Fresh pavement, not too fresh. Lovely Corolla in front of me, ruining it. I've had enough, I've had enough, I've had enough. Wow, pavement has that roughened texture to it that they sometimes use. My favorite. A little on the rough side. Put down, you know, over 2 weeks ago. Doesn't have that. You guys ever see new pavement, you get excited, then you realize it still looks slick. You're not sure if it's settled in. Well, for anybody visiting San Diego, just, well, you don't have to necessarily stay near the coast, to be honest with you. There's a lot to do out here. But if you do, you're here on business or other purposes, or you're with a family that's going to insist you hang out by the coast, you go to SeaWorld and do all the other stuff that tends to drive grown men crazy. Rent a bike. Go to a Harley dealership, or I know they rent. There's other places that can rent too. If you want to do a sport bike, that's also great. But if you're watching this channel, go to a Harley dealership, rent a bike. San Diego Harley's got a big pile. Biggs Harley Davidson as well. They rent bikes too. Rent a bike and head out to Julian. It's a good day. Julian. I don't know about you guys, but this Fat Boy Low is tight. It feels real tightly. Today I bought it. It feels solid, stiff. It's not creaking or making some weird rattles. I almost expected that from any American-made motorcycle. Just because of stereotypes, you know? And Harley in particular. But the reality is, these are screwed down pretty well. Wow, it really smells like a horse's ass. Like a fresh horse's ass. But look at this view, guys. So just past a sign that said Santa Isabel with a Y. Heading east, away from the ocean. A lot of gems out here. There's our destination up on the left. A little grocery store, there's gas on the right. On the left there's a place that serves pie and ice cream. Julian Pie Company is also a little restaurant I'm going to stop at. And if you keep going straight, wind up at the little old town called Julian. Very small, very rustic. Seems untouched for decades. And if you keep going past Julian, you hit some pretty good twisty roads. So if you're into that, you might want to rent a bike that has higher foot pegs. Julian Pie Company. Get this place called Restaurant.